Most people live as prisoners of their own imagination. Not because they lack talent, not because opportunity never knocked, but because they chose to think too small. They chained themselves to mediocrity with the iron shackles of doubt, fear, and hesitation. But history has never remembered the cautious. History remembers those who dared to think in dimensions beyond the ordinary, those who were bold enough to demand more of life, and disciplined enough to seize it. Look around you. Every skyscraper piercing the clouds was once a vision in a restless mind. Every bridge connecting cities was once a sketch on a scrap of paper. Every empire, every fortune, every invention began with one idea and the courage to pursue it relentlessly. Edison did not simply tinker with wires and glass. He envisioned a world where darkness could be shattered by the touch of a switch. Carnegie did not simply see steel. He saw the bones of a new civilization. Ford did not simply see engines. He saw freedom on wheels, highways stretching to the horizon, an entire generation lifted by mobility. The common thread? They thought bigger than the world around them, and they acted bolder than the voices of doubt. Your mind is no different. Inside you is the same spark, the same raw material that built nations, lifted industries, and carved names into eternity. But here is the truth: your thoughts are the architects of your destiny. If you think scarcity, you will live in lack. If you think abundance, opportunities will appear where others see nothing. If you think fear, you will walk in circles of hesitation. If you think faith, you will march into fortune. Thinking bigger begins with rejecting the prison of realistic. Realistic is a word invented by those who settled. The Wright brothers were not realistic. Disney was not realistic. Lincoln, rising from a log cabin to the White House, was not realistic. They were visionaries, men who chose purpose over probability. But thought alone is not enough. Dreams unbacked by action rot into regret. You can visualize success every morning, but until your feet move, until your hands build, until your voice speaks, until your decisions align with your vision, nothing will change. Action is the bridge between imagination and reality. Bold action, decisive, disciplined, relentless, is what transforms a vision into a legacy. And bold action requires resilience. Life will test you. It will strike you with rejection, blindside you with failure, and whisper in your ear that it's safer to quit. But resilience is the fire that tempers steel. Every time Edison's lab went up in flames, he rebuilt. Every time Ford faced bankruptcy, he adapted. Every time Lincoln was crushed by defeat, he rose again. Boldness without resilience is a spark that dies in the wind. Boldness with resilience is a wildfire that consumes impossibility. And in the midst of struggle, gratitude becomes your compass. Gratitude is not weakness, it is power. To wake up and give thanks, even when you are still climbing, is to align yourself with abundance. Gratitude transforms scarcity into sufficiency, struggle into strength, setbacks into stepping stones. It sharpens your vision and multiplies your blessings. The mind that is grateful attracts more to be grateful for. Discipline, faith, vision, gratitude, resilience, these are not separate virtues, but one continuous current of greatness. When you think bigger, your mind expands. When you act bolder, your courage compounds. When you rise higher, you pull others with you. The world does not need more hesitation. It needs more men and women willing to live audaciously, to declare with their lives that purpose is stronger than fear, that vision is stronger than doubt, that action is stronger than excuses. So let this be your decision. Refuse to shrink your dreams to fit the comfort of others. Refuse to dim your light to soothe the eyes of the timid. Refuse to bow to the whispers of fear. Instead, think bigger, dare to envision what others cannot see. Act bolder, move with conviction, strike with persistence, demand progress every single day. And rise higher, not for applause, not for approval, but because you were born with the responsibility to fulfill your potential. The summit is waiting. The world is watching. And your moment is now. Think bigger. Act bolder. Rise higher.